Hello, welcome to 2023. My name is Jeana and wow, 2022 is gone and I'm here to talk about my makeup favorites. Was that a good intro? 2022 was probably like one of the best years of my life in a very long time, so I'm really grateful for everything that occurred in 2022 in my personal life. I forgot my rings. Now the freaking white balancing or color correcting might be off. So anyway, I feel like that's as good as an intro that we can get. We're here to just talk about some makeup favorites and just reflect a little bit. Not really, who knows? Anyway, here we are. Let's just do this. I'm gonna be doing this in the order that makes sense to me, which is gonna be base and then eye products, because I feel like eye products are more exciting. But in the application clips, obviously I do my eyes first and then my base, just to let you know. For primer, my favorite product is still the Smashbox Primerizer. I feel like this does a very good job of hydrating your face and getting it ready for makeup application. It's a primer and a moisturizer. It does its job, and I used to have like a smaller sized one and now I have the full size and I'm almost done with this too. But I am trying to pan some other primers, so once I'm done with that I'm probably gonna rebuy this again. The next primer I'm gonna mention is actually, you know, we're back to our holy grails. Last year I kind of strayed a little bit from my favorites, which is why I called the video most used products of 2021. But we're back, baby, and we're here again with the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. It's just a great product. It smooths out your makeup. It gets your base ready for foundation. I recently learned that it's also like waterproof, like it repels water. It's really good if you're in like a humid environment. What more can you ask for? When I use the combination of the two, I just let the primerizer set a little bit before I apply the Mineral Veil Primer. We have a third contender. This was more like I used it for quite a bit and it's good, but it's not as good as the previous two that I just mentioned, and that is the One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. Long name. This one's really cool too. It feels like silicone, but I'm not sure if there is silicone in it. I really enjoy the texture of this. I just despise the packaging. It's cute when there's product in it, but like once you're trying to squeeze out those last bits of it, this is like plastic. It's kind of painful on my hands to squeeze, like it's pretty intense. If it was in a more malleable container where you could get every last drop, I feel like I would like it. If I didn't have the primerizer or the Veil Mineral Primer, I think this would have been up there. For foundations, wow, what a year of so many foundation launches, but the one that captured my heart, of course, is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. This is so beautiful. I did film a whole like trying out this foundation. I'm gonna insert some clips now. That's very yellow. This is what my current face looks like. The texture, can you all see? I think it looks very nice. Very, very nice. It's 12/27. I really like the texture of it. I think it's super pretty. I also talked to several people today and they also thought it was really pretty. Hi, this is Editing Jeana, and I realized that this entire segment has no audio, so here I am. I just wanted to show you that in this clip I have the shade 5 instead of the shade 6 like I did in my previous clip, and that is the current shade that I own as well. So I just wanted to show you the difference an undertone and shade matching can make. And honestly, I know that my lighting constantly changes and is awful, but I feel like you can tell that this shade does work better for my skin tone, and I do think that it's super pretty. And that was supposed to be like its own review, except I just never got around to doing the video, and now it's like kind of old, so it doesn't make sense to have like a first impression on it. But I wear this foundation every day. This is my go-to foundation. This has knocked all the other foundations out of the park. It's beautiful. I initially tried the shade 6 and I returned it and got the shade 5, which I'm very glad I did because 6 had too yellow of an undertone, you can see in the video, but this one is pretty good, I would say. It's a little light in some cases, like when I just apply it, but once I added bronzer and everything, it looks really good. Something about the combination of the primers that I use and this, my face looks airbrushed, like soft, glowy. It's so nice. I feel like my face just looks right. And I've tried a couple different foundations this year. This one's very glamorous in my opinion. Glamorous but like every day. Maybe I am just a glamorous person every day, but I really enjoy it. And I think it looks beautiful. I don't think it looks like too cakey or like you're wearing makeup, but your face looks really good. A runner-up for foundation would be the One Size Turn Up the Base BBB Cream. This is a really cool foundation. Like, I really like the undertones in this brand. I really like how they have tones for olive skin tones. I've never found such a better foundation match. Unfortunately, it's like a little dark for me right now. It's like winter. It's not quite as like soft and glowy as the Hourglass, but this one does provide a pretty natural finish, and you can build it up to pretty full coverage, and you can sheer it out for like very minimal coverage as well. I really like this one, but the unfortunate thing is that I don't like the packaging. Something about this squeezy top, yeah, you squeeze it out onto your palette or on your face or whatever, but then you get extra on the top that like squirts out a little bit, and that's not fun either. It's an innovative packaging, I suppose, but it needs to be worked out a little bit better. I do rotate this into my rotation every now and then, but that Hourglass really is the winner of this year. For my under eyes, I really like the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This one has a beautiful tone. Honestly, the texture is like whatever to me. The color is just right. It neutralizes my under eyes. It does what it needs to do for my skin tone and my under eye circles. I'm not sure if there's like another one out there that could like be better, but honestly, what are we really looking for in a color corrector? It's emollient enough and it dries enough before I put on my concealer. It does what it's supposed to do. It actually just melts into your skin perfectly. Becca. RIP, but you can still get this product at Smashbox. For concealer, I did try out the One Size concealer as well. I had that whole like one size situation going on. Before the Hourglass foundation dropped, I was really using that One Size concoction for months, including the concealer. However, I'm not going to include the concealer in this video because I think it's too yellow, which is unfortunate because the foundations have beautiful olive undertones, but not the concealers. Anything too warm on my skin really shows up yellow because like the whole olive situation. So this year, you know, every year we're going lighter and lighter because I barely go outside. This is the third year that this is the winner. It's going to be the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer, but this is the shade Cedar. What a journey. I posted a video of me trying this out for the first time. I got a shade lighter, times, and now I'm even a shade up because I wanted to brighten up my face a little bit. But honestly, I think I need an even lighter shade because I want that like super Kim K brightening look. I think this actually matches my skin quite well. 3 years in a row, a good dupe for the Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS, maybe a little bit more emollient. The downside is that the shade range is absolutely whack, in no one's favor. The shade range jumps from like warm to cool to like a neutralizer. Very strange. If you can find a shade that works out for your skin type or your skin tone, I would give this a try. Get a little sample. I really like this, and I don't foresee any concealer kind of knocking this out of the park. I did try some other concealers as well. I tried the NARS one, the Soft Matte, and that one's good, but I like that more for like spot concealing. And this one just, it's baby. I have 3 of these because I keep buying them. Anyway, so that's that for base products. And then all the other base products are kind of repeats of every single year. That's how you know they're that good. I don't mind repeating products every year because I think that's how you know like a product is good, if it ends up being a winner the next year. I digress. For powders, we have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Sugar Cookie. This is just their like white one. This one does a really good job of making your skin look airbrush, flawless, kind of like you have a filter on. This would be really good for baking as well. This is like your quintessential baking powder, like setting powder. This would be good. This is very glam. We love it. Next up for powder is the Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This is my original one, and I think I'm out of it because I can't get any more out. You can kind of see that there's like quite a bit in the powder, except I can't get it out because the product stopper is like in the way. My camera battery stopped working for a second there. As in, it ran out of battery, so we got a new battery. Anyway, I already have a backup. That's how good this product is. This powder is like beautiful. This is a perfect powder. If you don't like powders, but you need to set your face, this would be the one. It doesn't even look like you're wearing powder when you wear this. This isn't a super matte powder, so it makes your skin just look like skin. If you had really dry skin, I recommend this one as well. And I have oily skin and I really like it. Just for the way it looks on your face, the finish of it is beautiful. So I tend to do the Huda one first. I will set my face, sometimes bake with this, and then I'll put the Hourglass one on top just to add a little oomph, a little life into my skin again. For contour, I think every year I keep trying a different cream contour and they're all quite the same, to be honest. It's just more of how I like to apply them. The practicality of using them is what really determines like how often I use them, I suppose. So this year, my cream contour favorite is actually the So Soft Multi-Sticks from Cosmetics. This one's in the shade Terra. The way I prefer to apply this is just to roll it up and then stick my brush into it and then apply it to my face. I never enjoyed like applying it directly to your face because I feel like that just requires more blending and it's easier to add more than like to keep working at it. But even if you did add too much, this is a very blendable product. As you can see from the clips, it really like brought dimension to my face. I really enjoyed the tone of it, like it's very neutral. For powder contour, I think we all see this coming, right? Every year I mention this, every video I use this. I almost never go without using this. Sometimes I go without cream contour if I'm in a rush, but this I do not skip. This is the Shade and Light Contour Palette by KVD Beauty. It's beautiful. This is the refillable one. And you know what? I think I might need a refill. This is how it currently looks. My goodness, it's been a year since I hit pan, my first pan ever. I really enjoy the tones of this. I feel like contour should be more neutral to like gray. I'm here to reshape my face in a way that really flatters what I like. If you do something too warm, I feel like it negates what I'm trying to achieve, if that makes sense. I don't use any of the highlighters in this palette. I mean, I used to. Maybe I should try this if I wanted to go for that brightening effect. What else is there more to say about this product? Every year, this is gonna be in the video, okay? We're not changing up our contours, or at least our contour powder. For blush, I still enjoy the Note Cosmetics powdered one, the Desert Rose. That one's still a top product, but I kind of switch up blushes all the time. There was a time and period where, you know, I was using all one-size products, so that also includes this, the Cheek Clapper, the 3D Blush Trio in the shade Very That. I saw Patrick Starr use this on multiple clients on his YouTube channel, and I was like, wow, that is a beautiful blush. Not too pink, not too warm, like it was just gorgeous. I mainly use the cream and the powder. I never really use the blush stopper down here. I really enjoy this product. I wish it was like in a slimmer compact, to be honest. It's quite substantial. Packaging is pretty good in the sense where like it's like nail friendly. The product, I really like the cream. It does melt into your face pretty well. The powders are soft. Like what more can you ask for? It deposits just the right amount of product, and also you can build it up if you would like to. Okay, is that all for the base products? I think it is. Now we get to like the exciting part. We're gonna start off the eye category with this Smashbox 24-hour Photofinish Shadow Primer. For all the times that I've said that in my life, I still stumble while saying it. I have very oily eyelids and I notice a huge difference right away if I do not apply that eye primer. It keeps my eyeshadow on my face and my eyeshadows do not crease, and it's just wonderful. I set it with a little bit of powder and it has never failed me. Now for palettes, this is the most exciting part of the video. We got a lot of palettes to talk about. Let's talk about the oldest ones to the newest ones. This year I played around with a lot of color. I just love color. We had a little moment there last year where I was really feeling some neutrals for a second. Thank goodness I was out of that, because if you looked at my Instagram this year, I had crazy makeup. I had a very fun time with just playing. When we talk about color, we gotta talk about Sugar Pill. Yes. Building your own pro palette is the way to go. I really enjoy a Sugar Pill because they're blendable, they're pigmented, and they work for just about anyone. I don't need a white eyeshadow base to get this to look beautiful. I also have the secondary palette with some complementary shades. I definitely use them a lot together. I use these all the time. Sometimes even if I'm using like a different eyeshadow, I'll like throw this in too. Next up, we gotta talk about Hindash. Hindash, baby, Hindash. He released the Monochromance palette. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my goodness. When this came out, I was really like, oh, do I need this? But I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. I'm a sucker for color, but there's something about these neutral tones that really just look right to me. There's something romantic about this palette, which is why it's monochromance, like romance. I really do like the formula of Hindash products, which is crazy to say because there's not that many products that he has. It really goes to show his like makeup artistry and his expertise in the field. These are beautiful. I love these so much. Unfortunately, I did not use these on my eyes today, but at any given moment, I'm probably dipping into this or the Beautopsy palette. Next up is going to be actually two palettes. CeeLo, I think it's called CeeLo. The Daily Moodlette palette. This is from Edward Avila here on YouTube. When you want something softer, but still pigmented enough where it could show up on my skin type, I'm not sure if it would show up on deeper skin tones without looking ashy. I really adore these palettes, mainly for the glitters. Something about Korean eyeshadow glitters are right. Just so sparkly, just so beautiful. It gives me glam K-pop idol, but like without being too in your face. These are so beautiful. I could just do the glitters and that'd be good, but the matte formulas are actually really nice too. I cannot wait for his releases. Hi there. So it seems like CeeLo Beauty no longer exists. The brand has not posted on their Instagram page since April of 2022, and when you go to the website directly from their Instagram page, it no longer exists. Overall, I'm just bummed out about that because these are really pretty palettes that I still use today, but unfortunately no one else can get them. Anyway, moving on. The final palette that I wanted to talk about is the Natasha Denona Pastel Palette. This got mixed reviews, but I adore this palette. I was really missing a pastel palette from my collection. The only pastel items that I really have is the Pastel Goth palette from KVD Beauty. But even then, they're not pastel enough for me. Look at this. It's a beautiful palette. Crazy enough, I feel like there is enough dimension in this palette. This blue right here, Bubble, I always use that to add depth into my makeup. And then Bora, obviously a purple. There's just a good mixture of mattes, shimmers, and also duochrome shimmers in this. Some of the most beautiful looks I've created this year were because of this palette. I don't use this palette in the conventional way that some people might think to use pastel palettes. I feel like the best way to use this palette is to really play around with all the shades. I feel like it has a lot to offer when you layer and when you like kind of change your placement. I really enjoy the unconventional of this. Obviously, Natasha Denona formulas are some of my favorites from my collection, honestly. This one, the Hindash, and probably the Tati palettes, if we're talking about overall formula. Moving on in the eye category, we got eyeliner. My absolute favorite, number one, knocked every single eyeliner out of the park. This is the top dog. This is from Hindash. This is the Heroline eyeliner. Mine's is janky because I probably snapped the lid on too fast and it probably splayed a little bit. Even then, I feel like it's pretty good. I feel like this product almost never runs out. I feel like it constantly keeps going. It's like beautiful, perfect, black, smooth. It can get the sharpest of lines. I feel like I have worn eyeliner enough in my long life of living where I can tell that this is a really good eyeliner. I think it's worth it for me to continually buy this because the application is just so easy. This is the top eyeliner pick for now and forever. We're almost done, folks. Also, my favorite eyelash glue is the Duo Latex Free Eyelash Glue. It does its job. I started applying a little bit on my eyelids and on the band, like in two separate circumstances, so the glues like stick together. And I find that that is the key. That's what keeps my eyelashes on all day. Next up, we have eyelashes. I change up eyelashes all the time, but I feel like the most worn eyelashes that I've worn this year, and unfortunately they are discontinued, are the collaboration between House of Lashes and Patrick Ta. These ones are in this style, It's a Look. I just love these. I'm so sad that they discontinued these, but I've been wearing Auric a lot, Samantha Ravindal's brand. I can't, like, these are just so beautiful. I've worn the ones that I'm wearing right now to death, honestly, but I will still continue to wear them. They're just so wispy and fluttery, and they just create the perfect cat eye for me. I really enjoy that cat eye lifted look I naturally have more downturned eyes, and that is a look for some people, but I just enjoy the liftedness of it. I'm really sad that these are no longer in production. I am happy that I have a few pairs left, even though my heart is like breaking talking about not having them anymore. All my favorite lashes get discontinued. Like the freaking other pair that I really like from House of Lashes is Featherettes, and they got rid of those. I used to wear Iconic Lights a lot. House of Lashes, just really good. Last year I had that whole moment with doe lashes, which I really do like those as well, but I feel like that's only good if I'm wearing like a look where I don't do eyeliner. Also, I have a feeling that Auric is probably going to enter this favorites concoction next year because their lashes are just so wispy and nice. Anyway, that's a spoiler for next year. For brows, we have one product to talk about, and that is the Patrick Ta Major Sculpt Brow Shaping Wax. This is in the shade Clear. I'm not going to open it because it's absolutely disgusting. Like, you can kind of tell like the front of it is also disgusting. I have very minimal needs for my brows. I don't even pluck them because I'm like, whatever, I don't really care. I have a pretty decent set of eyebrows, so I really just need them to stay in place. That's why I continue to use the Patrick Ta one because of how long it can last. Because you apply it with water, it will never dry out. It's basically like a bar of soap, like the soap brows. It's literally that idea, but in a more finalized concept. I might not be the best reviewer for brows, but I really enjoy that one. It can dry a little uneven, but you just have to make sure you're applying the product evenly through your brows and not like having it clump a little weird. But even then, you can just brush it out and make sure it looks good before you go. And that's that on brows. And the final product we're gonna talk about today is a lip product, and that is the M Cosmetics Morning Dew Crystal Lip Gloss in Quartz. That's a very long name for what it is. It's beautiful. I love this lip gloss. This is my #1 lip gloss. Oh no, I've been talking forever. Hopefully you all enjoy this like kind of long format. I feel talkative today. This is a beautiful lip gloss. I just adore it. I just feel like it does its job. It makes your lips look really juicy. It's not too sticky. It's very manageable. I believe this product also has vitamin E, so it heals the cracks in your lips. Whenever it's like super cold out or like my lips are super dry, this is what I always reach for over lip balm as well. I feel like that is my testimonial on all of these products. You can see it on my face right here. Yes. For the most part, I'm a creature of habit. I really do like a lot of Hourglass products. I do have a bias, but I do think that I like them for a reason, right? That's it for this video. Oh my gosh. Wow. I was supposed to stream an hour ago and I spent an hour talking about makeup. I think we gotta go. We gotta enjoy this 2023. It's crazy to see my spirit from this year and last year. What a change it's been. Thank you to 2022 for doing its thing. I think I've said all that has been needed to be said, so I'm gonna go now. If you like this video, please like the video. If you want to subscribe, please do. It's gonna be right over here. If you want to see my last video, it's gonna be right here. The last video I currently posted now was the honey video, which took me 3 years to edit. No joke. I filmed it twice and I really enjoy the final products, so please go and show it some love. That's all for now. I will see you all on the next one. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye. And I hope you have a great new year. Goodbye.